A voice now is calling, it comes from above. It is the voice of love. It is the voice of Have you been to Jesus for the cleansing power? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Are you fully trusting in His grace this hour? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Are you washed in the blood, in the soul cleansing blood of the Lamb? Are your garments spotless? Are they white as snow? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Are you walking daily by the Savior's side? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Do you rest each moment in the crucified? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Are you washed in the blood, in the soul cleansing blood of the Lamb? Are your garments spotless? Are they white as snow? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? When the bridegroom cometh, will your robes be white? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Will your soul be ready for the mansions bright, and be washed in the blood of the Lamb? Are you washed in the blood, in the soul cleansing blood of the Lamb? Are your garments spotless? Are they white as snow? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Lay aside the garments that are stained with sin, and be washed in the blood of the Lamb. There's a fountain flowing for the soul and clean, who'll be washed in the blood of the Lamb. Are you washed in the blood, in the soul cleansing blood of the Lamb? Are your garments spotless? Are they white as snow? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb?
A happy and blessed moment to everybody. We will continue our study about the mediation of Christ between God and man. He is now ministering in our behalf in a sanctuary. The question, what is the sanctuary and what is its significance to us? The record in the Bible plainly explains of what is a sanctuary. During Israel's journey, the Lord commanded Moses, "And let them make me a sanctuary, that I may dwell among them." The sanctuary built in time of Moses was a structure of great magnificence and was described in Exodus chapter 25 to chapter 27. Its walls consisted of upright boards, heavily plated with gold and set in sockets of silver. The roof was formed of a series of curtains or coverings, the outer of skins, the innermost of fine linen, beautifully wrought with figure of cherubim. This is the setup of the sanctuary. The sanctuary, or the tabernacle, is surrounded by a court. The Bible describes the dimension of the court. The length of the court shall be 100 cubits, and the breadth 50 everywhere, and the height 5 cubits of fine twined linen under sockets of brass. A cubit is equivalent to 1.5 feet. Therefore, the length of the court is 150 feet, the breadth was 75 feet, and the height thereof was 7.5 feet. There were furnitures at the court. Exodus 40 verse 6 and 7, and thou shalt set the altar of the burnt offering before the door of the tabernacle of the tent of the congregation. And thou shalt set the laver between the tent of the congregation and the altar, and shalt put water therein. The furnitures in the court were altar of burnt offering and a laver. The burnt offering was made of shittim wood overlaid with brass, and has length of 5 cubits, width 5 cubits, height 3 cubits. Purpose: on it were burnt the whole burnt offerings, and all those parts of the other animal sacrifices which were offered to the Lord. The laver was made from the bronze mirrors of the women. Purpose: it was here at the bronze laver that the priests washed their hands and feet before entering into and coming out of the holy place. The laver was filled with water for the continual cleansing of priests as they ministered in the work of the Lord. Inside the outer court was a sanctuary that has 2 apartments. The Bible describes it. And the veil shall divide unto you between the holy place and the most holy. The tabernacle itself consisted of 2 apartments called the holy and the most holy place, separated by a rich and beautiful curtain or veil. A similar veil closed the entrance to the first apartment. Also, there are furnitures at the holy place. And thou shalt bring in the candlestick, and light the lamps thereof. And thou shalt set the altar of gold for the incense before the ark of the testimony, and put the hanging of the door to the tabernacle. In the holy place was the candlestick on the south, with its 7 lamps giving light to the sanctuary both by day and by night. On the north stood the table of shewbread, made of shittim wood overlaid with gold. Its length 2 cubits, width 2 cubits, height 1.5 cubit. Purpose: this is where the shewbread is set up. And before the veil separating the holy from the most holy was the golden altar of incense, from which the cloud of fragrance with the prayers of Israel was daily ascending before God, made of shittim wood overlaid with gold, and has length of 1 cubit, width of 1 cubit, and height of 2 cubits. Purpose: burn sweet incense every morning. And in the most holy place was a mercy seat. And thou shalt put the mercy seat upon the ark of the testimony in the most holy place. In the most holy place stood the ark, a chest of precious wood overlaid with gold, the depository of the 2 tables of stone, upon which God had inscribed the law of 10 commandments. Above the ark and forming the cover to the sacred chest was the mercy seat, a magnificent piece of workmanship surmounted by two cherubims, one at each end, and all wrought of solid gold. In this apartment, the divine presence was manifested in the cloud of glory between the cherubim. It was laid with pure gold, its length 2.5 cubits, width 1.5 cubit, height 1.5 cubit. Purpose: inside the ark is laid the two tables of stones, the pot of manna and the rod of Aaron. The presence of God is revealed in mercy seat. The Bible described the old tabernacle as a worldly sanctuary. Hebrews 9 verse 1, then verily the first covenant had also ordinances of divine service and a worldly sanctuary. It was made after the pattern which was showed to Moses, that is called heavenly sanctuary. According to all that I show thee, after the pattern of the tabernacle and the pattern of all the instruments thereof, even so shall ye make it, and look that thou make them after their pattern which was showed thee in the mount, who serve unto the example and shadow of heavenly things, as Moses was admonished of God when he was about to make the tabernacle. For see, saith he, that thou make all things according to the pattern showed to thee in the mount. The earthly sanctuary was built by Moses according to the pattern shown him in the mount. It was a figure for the time then present, in which were offered both gifts and sacrifices. Its two holy places were patterns of things in the heavens. But Christ, being come and high priest of good things to come, by a greater and more perfect tabernacle, not made with hands, that is to say, not of this building. Then someone may ask, what is the significance of studying the worldly or earthly sanctuary? The earthly sanctuary and its furnitures portrayed the heavenly sanctuary. It was designed to give us exact idea about the present existing sanctuary, which should vividly impressed on our mind. It was designed to point us to the real sanctuary. This subject should be clearly understood by us and need a knowledge about it. Otherwise, it is impossible for us to exercise the faith which is necessary in the present mediatorial ministry. Then, let us through faith boldly come. Hebrews 4 verse 16, let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need. The Bible told us the significance of the sanctuary. God designed it as a place of mercy and grace and comfort to everyone who believes.
Something happened, and now I know He touched me